right now.
And all we heard was gunshots. We heard 15 rounds shoot the ceiling. We all dove to the left side where the windows were.
Chaos on campus as a gunman opens fire. Students left in shock after witnessing their own classmates fall to the ground.
Well, there are several fatalities, but the number at this point still isn't clear. As many as 20 people have been injured and taken to area hospitals for what's now being called a mass casualty incident.
Police do have a young man in custody tonight, a former student. This is video from WSVN in Miami of his arrest a short distance from the campus. Thank you for joining us at 6 as we continue to watch this breaking news.
Now, police got an emergency call just as the school day was wrapping up. It was about dozens of gunshots at that South Florida high school. And right now, you're taking a live look as police take the suspect, who's now been identified as Nicholas Cruz, to a holding facility following his arrest.
Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School is in Parkland, Florida, the school about 50 miles north of Miami and 40 miles south of West Palm Beach. This is one of the largest high schools in Broward County with about 3,000 students. Let's get right over to Fox 5 anchor Tom Haynes, who joins us now with more on this horrific attack and the suspect who's now in custody. Tom?
Well, Russ and Sine, certainly a terrifying situation for all of the students, staff, and parents. Here's what we know about the suspect so far, who you just saw being transported there. Officials just identified him as 18-year-old Nicholas Cruz. The superintendent says that he's a former student, according to that superintendent, and police say he's 18 years old. Witnesses say that he ran out of the building, hiding in the crowd of other students who were escaping the danger. He was found off campus about 90 minutes later and taken to the hospital, and he's now on his way to a holding facility. There were reports that the suspected shooter was recently involved in a YouTube chat room discussing bombs. As for casualties, we don't have official word from police on the number killed, only that we know there are multiple. ABC News is now reporting that that number is 15 fatalities. Officers say 14 of those folks were transported to the hospital, but they've not elaborated on the extent of those who were injured. Take a listen to how one student described the terrifying moments as bullets rang out inside the halls of the high school.
The shooter shot through the door, poked in, shot a couple people next to me. I was sitting right behind a cabinet and the bullet passed my ear, got a girl next to me.
Parents described it as chaotic and frightening as they rushed to find their children in the frantic minutes after learning about the shooting.
I got a text message and thought it was a joke. You know, the kids can play jokes sometimes, and then I could tell right away that it turned serious. And she sent me videos of her crying on the floor, and I saw pictures. They sent me of the people that were shot in the hallway and dead, and it just felt helpless.
The school superintendent spoke to reporters just a short time ago. He says authorities entered through the freshman building, and he believes the suspect is a former student. He adds that at least one teacher or administrator is among those who've been shot.
It's a day that you pray every day. I get up that we will never have to see. It is in front of us, and I ask the community for your prayers, your support. For these children and their families. We're going to do whatever we can to come together as a community to pull through this, and we will.
Now, we expect there to be another news conference within the hour, and we'll let you know if anything changes and what we learn from authorities about the official number of fatalities that we still don't know exactly, and the extent of the injuries of those who were transported to the hospital. Russ and Sine.
All right, Tom, thanks. We are constantly updating this story on fox5atlanta.com and on the Fox 5 Atlanta News app. We'll bring you breaking news as soon as we get it. We'll also have coverage tonight on Fox 5 News at 10 and The Edge at 11.